To me, there are three really big benefits of being part of Buckinghamshire Business First. It's part of finding customers. There's a room full of customers every time you walk into an event. The second part is finding expertise. And then the third part is the fact that it becomes such a bigger voice.
Since we joined Buckinghamshire Business First, the benefits have been countless. We've had the confidence to employ our first apprentice. We have entered an award which we won. That stemmed from having the fresh eyes on our business, having the support and the encouragement from everyone at BBF.
BBF has really opened a lot of doors. It's opened a lot of new opportunities to work with different companies that I didn't realise were present in Buckinghamshire. And having the opportunity to work with them, whether it's networking or whether it's looking for strategic partnerships.
Connecting with smaller local businesses has been a really big benefit for us.
I think I carry a sense in my head that I know that I'll find an answer. Leading a large organisation in terms of kind of a higher level strategy and some of the demands of a big organisation working, that there was an opportunity for my needs to be understood.
Buckinghamshire Business First has allowed us to meet lots of like-minded individuals across so many different businesses, allows us to meet these people and see what we can do locally to increase what we do as a business and others.
Buckinghamshire Business First have been absolutely fantastic and extremely supportive to us as a business, especially in crucial parts of our sort of business evolution. During our sort of repositioning and rebrand, BBF were able to support us with resources. Had that not even happened, I don't know if we would have even existed as a business now in the form that we are.
Events like today, hoping to meet lots of other like-minded businesses and potential customers and just help us to grow our business.
Having been a member of Buckinghamshire Business First for a number of years, Seymour Taylor has found the support hugely beneficial and we thoroughly enjoyed attending events throughout the year.
The thing I've really taken out of it is being part of the peer-to-peer group of MD owners. It's called MD Engage, where we really help each other almost like a virtual board. So I think that's the real advantage, being part of a wider community.
The mentoring program I found very useful, being mentored myself and actually mentoring other businesses. It's the new ideas that are coming in and people's experiences I find very useful, and that's what's helped us a lot.
I think proof of concept for me, starting my own business, which is where I'm at now, knowing that whatever level the solutions are there.
I think for me it's being a part of something that brings my voice to a larger audience. Being part of Buckinghamshire Business First just amplifies that voice and we together can be such a strong force.